let's get into the actual game itself here, guys, real quick. And then I see you guys with the comments there. We will definitely get to you guys in a moment here. We're done talking about the
Yeah.
upcoming game there. Keep the comments coming by all means. Um, when on offense, that's we got to go on first. And be honest, guys, a lot of times when we talk about this when on offense, when on defense, I go into kind of stats for you guys there as far as how the Eagles defense would be in this scenario. I didn't want to do it this time. Because let me be very frank about this and say the Eagles' defense, is an average defense. They're playing like an average defense right now. Like literally across the board, if you look at a lot of their stats, it's like anywhere from 18 to 13 kind of scenario. Like they're very average right now. Except for sacks. They're having a lot of trouble getting sacks at that point, which is weird because they were so good at that just a couple years ago,
Yeah. Multiple guys, 10 plus sacks.
Like set NFL records, I think, almost basically for sacks. And that's they are not getting the quarterback. They're ranked 22nd right now in sack percentage on passing plays there. But the bigger thing for the Giants is them on offense. So Daniel Jones obviously looked like poop last week. Let's call it what it is. He looked like poop, and he doesn't typically play very well on prime time. We've talked about this numerous times. We talked about leading that game even. He does not play well for whatever reason in primetime games. I think he's got one primetime win in his entire career. And it's the Giants. They've played a couple times easily because they're a big fan base. He also doesn't play well at home, though. He's home and away, numbers. The away numbers are so much better. It's not even funny. This is why I keep on saying he needs to go somewhere else, not just for our benefit, but for his own. It's the truth. I'm being honest. I really don't wish the guy anything bad. I wish him all the best in the world. He's a nice guy. But that's where I come into okay, he probably will play better than he played last week. But he probably won't play as good as he played against the Seahawks because he's back still in MetLife. But it's that's part of the equation. Is what Daniel Jones do we get? And then you get the other parts of the equation of who's going to play. Is Malik Neighbors going to come back from the concussion protocol? Because he's still in protocol, guys. It's been 2.5 weeks now, almost.
Yeah. It's crazy.
He's still in protocol. He's still limited in practice right now. We'll give the injury report when we do our episode tomorrow. But that's where he's at right now. Devin Singletary, does he play? I know everybody loves the Tyrone Tracy Jr. story, and don't get me wrong, it's great. I love it when a guy who's a fifth-round rookie comes in and just takes control of a spot for a couple weeks. It's great. That's where you don't expect a lot of production out of late-round picks, but when you get it, that's a plus. But if you guys don't think we're better off without Tyrone Tracy and Devin Singletary, you're crazy. Absolutely crazy. I'm sorry. I'm just going to call it out and say it like it is. We need both of them to succeed because they both provide something different. One of them is a speedy guy who's very good in open space at that point, is a good receiver as well. Another guy is just a solid B-level veteran that's been with this league now for a few years and seen in multiple places. You need them both.
Yeah.
So, and then you run to the fact that Andrew Thomas is going to be out. How is the left tackle spot going to work? Or the right tackle if they move things around and put Illuminor at left tackle? There's a lot of question marks in how this offense is going to look for us on Sunday. And I think that actually matters more than what the Eagles defense does or does not do well, because again, they're a mediocre defense. And when you look at that, you go, okay, they should have an okay game then against them. But the Giants have struggled against bad defenses. We put up 7 points against the Bengals, one of the worst defenses in the league.
Yeah,
we put up 1 yard per carry average against the Cowboys, one of the worst rushing defenses in the league.
Yeah.
So it's hard to go in rah, 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 go Giants. It really is. When you've had these kind of things happen the last couple weeks, guys. But that's what we're looking at now. The big thing is who is going to play for the Giants? Because if Neighbors is in, Singletary's in, and we at least get, not great, because I don't think it's ridiculous to expect, but whoever is the replacement on the offensive line, where Illuminor moves to the left and they go play the right, or they play at the left where Thomas played, whoever the replacement is, if they even played just okay, then yeah, that's a good addition at that point there. Because in past years we'd be screwed when Andrew Thomas goes down. We're screwed with them in too as well because the rest of the line suck. But
yeah,
these are question marks, and the question marks are 100% on the Giants at this point. This is not even let's talk about how good or bad the offense, the defense is for the Eagles, because that's not the question here on Sunday. The question on Sunday is who's going to play for the Giants and what can we do to actually score some points for once. It's not about y'all, but I'm sick of field goals. I'm sick of interceptions in the end zone. I'm sick of
missed field goals,
3 and outs. Like it's just like it's such an inept offense at this point, guys. It's time to get our poop together.
Yeah. Literally, you have neighbors on the field, like even with Jones, like it changes this offense.
Yes. And you got to wonder, after what happened last week and the obvious frustration that Dable had with this offense. Again, he's using 4th down early in the second half in a game that was by no means over for most teams. Think about it, guys. They scored 17 points in the game, and one of them was a late touchdown. We were down by 10 points for most of the game. That is not a let's go crazy and start doing 4 down possessions at the beginning of the second half. That's what little confidence Dable has in this offense. You got to wonder if he pulls the plug on Jones. I still think that. And I know some people say I'm crazy on that, but I still got to wonder, at what point does Dable go, you know what? I've seen enough. I'm done.
Halfway mark.
I don't know. I still feel like it's got to be there, guys. Because, again, you risk him the injuries with the injury clause. I really think DeVito pumped this team up and get everything rolling. I really do. So, but like I said, that's what I'm looking at more on the offense side. Is I'm not caring about the Eagles defense because they don't scare me, to be very frank with you. And that's what I mean about it. They're an okay team on defense.
Yeah,
they're not good. They're okay. What I care more about is what does this Giants offense do, and can they right this ship and look more like they did against the Seahawks than what they did last week against the Bengals?
Yeah, that's I mean, the Seahawks defense is banged up, but they're still playing a lot better than the Bengals defense. So it's something like you have to take consideration, like what changed so much between those two games. Like what happened to our offense? Like you had Daniel Jones look solid, against Seattle, but when you play the Bengals in prime time, you can't score a touchdown.
Yeah, that's bad. They did score 1.
Well, yes, they did score 1 touchdown. But how did they get that touchdown?
Running.
Yeah, not Daniel Jones throwing the ball.
Running, doing 4 downs all the time, doing short routes and passing downs.
Yeah.
And that's part of the problem and I think that's part of the problem even Devin Singletary's having, back to his struggles before he got hurt, is because if you are a defense, what are you doing right now? Loading that box up because it's going to be a short pass, a run play, or an overthrown deep ball.
Or hey.
Or under.
Hey.
Okay, it could be
underthrown. It could be underthrown. It could be underthrown.
I'm just saying. Hey, are you really respecting that deep pass? You're loading that box up.
No, I mean Seattle didn't really respect the deep pass, and it worked. It worked for us, though.
Finally,
like
broken clock, right twice a day. That's what we got was 2 deep passes. I'm just saying.
I mean,
just only 2 we got the whole season.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
we just gotta throw a deep Slayton. That's
there. We go. Oh, we're getting a new quarterback. Ooh.
Yeah.
If you like that clip, then you will love the full episodes too. Find us on your favorite podcast app and look for us on all your favorite social media platforms.
Thanks so much.
Please, I'm begging you. Please subscribe.